Anime and manga revivals have become one of the biggest entertainment trends of the 2020s. From Netflix's live-action One Piece through to remakes like 2020's Digimon Adventure and the upcoming Dragon Ball Super, Beerus, many streamers and studios are looking to yesteryear's anime to create fresh content. Amazon is also getting in on the action with a new show for Prime, and it's one of the most exciting resurgences of a classic property currently in development. Amazon is currently developing The Ghost in the Shell alongside acclaimed animation studio Science SARU. The team behind Dandadan and Scott Pilgrim takes off. Based on Masamune Shirow's legendary 1989 manga, the new Ghost in the Shell anime series is set to premiere in July 2026. However, Prime's Gid-S adaptation will be taking a dramatically different creative approach from previous versions. The Ghost in the Shell franchise has been an essential influence on how modern sci-fi movies and shows explore the relationship between humanity and technology. To say it's one of the most significant anime properties of all time is an understatement. However, while excitement surrounding Prime Video's new adaptation is high, The Ghost in the Shell will also be like nothing fans of the various Gid-S movies and shows have ever seen. Prime Video's Ghost in the Shell series will be a total reboot. The new Gid-S anime is rebuilding the franchise from the original manga up. Few anime franchises have been reinvented as many times as Ghost in the Shell, with nearly every movie, TV series, and game adaptation taking a different approach to Masamune Shirow's material. From Mamoru Oshii's 1995 iconic animated film to the maligned 2017 live-action movie starring Scarlett Johansson, there have been countless reinterpretations of the source material. This is why Prime Video's The Ghost in the Shell is so significant. For the first time, a Ghost in the Shell TV show will be sticking to the tone of the manga. Rather than continuing an existing TV show or movie continuity, the new Gid-S series is a full reboot that returns directly to Shirow's work. This doesn't just apply to the story, either. The visual tone is also being redefined. Instead of the muted palettes and gritty realism associated with the 1995 movie, Prime's The Ghost in the Shell embraces brighter colors, exaggerated expressions, and a more energetic presentation that more closely resembles the manga itself. There are going to be thematic changes, too. Shirow's original Ghost in the Shell manga balanced serious philosophy with humor and stylized action. Many adaptations streamlined or minimized those lighter elements in favor of moodier storytelling. Science SARU's show, on the other hand, is preserving the manga's personality rather than translating it into the darker aesthetic of the likes of Stand Alone Complex or the Mamoru Oshii film. It's a move that's going to generate an interesting response, because previous Ghost in the Shell adaptations often felt connected by a visual style that, while incredibly sleek and stylish, wasn't present in the manga. The new anime is going to reveal a side of Ghost in the Shell that many viewers have never experienced before, despite the property's enormous legacy. Prime Video's Ghost in the Shell joins a new wave of cyberpunk shows. Cyberpunk television is finally having the revival the genre deserves. The timing of the return of Ghost in the Shell makes Prime Video's series even more significant. The franchise has spent years in a relatively uncertain position following 2022's Ghost in the Shell, SAC_2045, which divided audiences with its heavy use of CG animation. Outside the franchise itself, though, The Ghost in the Shell is arriving during a much larger resurgence of cyberpunk TV shows. After years of the genre thriving more consistently in games and movies than on the small screen, several major projects are finally pushing cyberpunk back into the mainstream in 2026. For example, Apple TV Plus is adapting William Gibson's seminal novel Neuromancer, while Prime's Blade Runner 2099 is bringing one of sci-fi's most visually influential cyberpunk properties to the TV arena. What's more, Netflix's Cyberpunk, Edgerunners is returning with a second chapter. That makes 2026 a surprisingly perfect time for Ghost in the Shell to come back. Instead of functioning purely as nostalgia for longtime anime fans, the new series could become part of a cyberpunk television renaissance. With Neuromancer, Blade Runner 2099, and Cyberpunk, Edgerunners all arriving around the same period, it only feels right that one of cyberpunk's most influential stories is part of the wave.